Alright, I'm going to provide some commentary on the opponent's decks in this monstrosity that we just played, also known as a Tribes Draft. And we'll start at the bottom with Erican. This is a great deck at first glance. I don't think I agree with the Elvish Armaments because you're only running 4 elemental creatures. Rally, I think makes sense here. You've got the Warrior Remnants, Zombie Warriors, Zombie, yeah. Rally's great. This is a zombie. Grown Whelp is a no-brainer. You've got the 2 Knowledge Seekers. Yeah, this is nice. Lavish Blessing. That's pretty okay. Not the best ever card, especially when you don't have any Angel or Clerics, but it can be useful. Smack is great. Grave Pact can work. Fetch, I don't know what you're trying to get back. There's too much stuff you could take. Too hard to control what you get. I don't think that makes sense in this deck. Blood Seal's good. Wild Spark I wouldn't run. I like the 2 Dragon Scowls. I even kind of like the Clear Thought with the 2 Knowledge Seekers. That's pretty good. Pretty good deck. I would run this. In fact, I might actually trade the deck I had for this one. I'm going to give this, I'm going to give it like a, am I going to give it an A-? No, because there's a couple mistakes here. The Elvish Armaments I think is a mistake. The Fetch and the Wild Spark are definitely mistakes. Everything else is pretty solid. I'm going to give it a B+. Francis Khan. So the Temple Stones, I don't think that makes sense. Charges just aren't that great. Living Sword is just okay. Smack's good. Disable is not so great. Grown Whelp's great. Eternal Protector just really depends. It dies to poison. I don't like the Abettor. Titan Aspirant can be okay, and he's got a couple other Titans. Still not fantastic. Dragon Worshipper, he's got 2 dragons to combo with, the Whelp and the Statue, so it's probably okay. And I don't like the Charge Orb. So Francis, he likes charges much more than I do. I'm not a huge fan of the Capricious Drifter. Definitely wouldn't switch my deck for this one. I'm going to give it a C-. Ache Little Boy. He took the shift, and it makes me wonder if he started purposely drafting mystical cards. But really he's only got a few mystical. The Dwindle, the Fey Clipper, Struggling Wizard, Diviner, and the Knowledge Seeker. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. So get rid of the shift and get rid of all of the mystical cards. Command Creature is great. Ice Ring I feel like could be great. I'm undecided on that. Woeful Misery of course is great. Oust is okay, but there's a ton of trash in here. I'm not going to go through it all. And he doesn't have the right cards for a human deck. He's running 28 cards, which is silly. He's got the Epic Battle Axe. Maybe that's how he won a couple games. But I'm in a bad mood because of my loss to Doc and because of the fact that I came in 4th, even with 2 wins. So I'm giving you an F. Sorry. Here's my deck. It's a pretty nice deck. Crush the Meek didn't really work out the way I liked. I guess the issue here is it's zero sum. I paid 4 to get rid of 4. Paid 4 mana to get rid of 4 mana. Didn't really gain me any advantage, which I feel like a rare should. I feel like this should probably cost 3 mana instead of 4, because I don't think you can realistically expect to be able to destroy 3 cards at once. Plus, it destroys your own cards if you've got any 2 mana creatures out there. So I probably won't pick up Crush the Meek again. I just didn't really like the value that I got out of it. Elven Flame Blast never came into play. It's not a card I'm a huge fan of anyway. I just decided to try it. Heavenly Gift was a monster with these Pure Soul Clerics. I really liked that. Raging Outburst is a great card. Atonement, it's really there for if you kill a whelp. Or if somebody kills my Ancient Dragon. But in this case, it didn't come into play. Spilled Vial's great, but I just didn't draw it at the right times. The Flutter Wisps never really came into play with the Spilled Vial like I wanted them to. So I guess I'm guilty of my own cardinal sin of playing a card that only combos with one other card. I'm only going to give myself a slight pass on that because it's removal. And when you don't have the removal you want, you need any way you can get to make the removal happen. Really, really wish I could have had that Tipsy Instigator in hand when Doc played that stupid Reckless Cannonballer. That would have killed it. Or if I just drawn the Spilled Vial. A contraption with a Spilled Vial would have done the trick. The 2 Fury Stokers are great. The Flesh Seekers never came into play, but against Holy decks, they're monsters. Really feel like I have a great deck here. It's not an A deck. It's definitely a B deck. Not even really a B+. Even one more Spilled Vial I think would make it a B+. I would take out the Atonement and put in the Spilled Vial. And if I had something better than this Ancient Dragon, I'm not a huge fan of that, especially since I never got any more dragon creatures. So, giving myself a B. I know what grade I'm going to give Doc. I'm going to give him an F because he cheated. Alright, let's see here. Dwarven Battlesteins. I'm kind of surprised to see the Biblioclasm in there. In my experience, just typically don't get down that far in the deck. Sometimes you do. Gosh, he's playing just a mishmash of fairly crappy stuff. The Smack is good. The Oust can be good. The Spilled Vial is good. The Giant Slime is great. Reckless Cannonballer, we've just seen if your opponent doesn't have the right cards to deal with, it's a monster. Which it was. This is what beat me. 2 games in a row. The Whispering Geists are just okay. He doesn't have other horror creatures. I'm kind of surprised to see this in here. The Messenger of Hope is just okay. The Barmaids are good if you have lots of dwarves. He's only got 2. So I don't like the Dwarven Battlesteins with just the 4 dwarves here. Ward Rogue is great. The Learning Constructs can be good. Inefficient Contraption is pretty good. The Dying Flames with the 2 element creatures are good. For the most part, this deck is decent, but I don't feel like it's as good as my deck was. Really, this one card beat it. Beat my deck single-handedly. And because of that, I might be tempted to give this deck a B or a B-, but I'm definitely giving it an F. So Doc, this is an F deck because of that thing. Alright, let's move on to Wiki. So it looks like Wiki went with a lot of holy here. Light Alliance creatures and humans. Light Alliance. So what we would hope to see is not too many Dark Alliance creatures, and we don't see too many. Just a couple here, and the Billowing Smoke. The Elemental Totem, he doesn't have a ton of removal, really at all, so I guess I can forgive him for the elemental totem because he's trying to manufacture some removal. Is this an elf? No, and neither is this. So the Elvish Battlers, their on-enter effect is only going to happen if he plays both of them. The Brash Conscripts, he's got a better shot at getting the on-enter effect. The Dryads, I don't understand. Why are you playing those? Dragon Scales are great. He probably did well, largely on the strength of those and on the reinforces. So the spells I like better than anything else here. Removal sucks. I'm going to give him a B. And Old Greg. Here we go. Really nice dragons. I don't know about the fruitful branches. It's a lot of mana to try to recoup your costs. Discipline's kind of a weird play. He doesn't have a lot of ancient creatures, but the Frightwing and the Grown Whelps are just fantastic. I wonder what would happen if you played a Frightwing in front of the Reckless Cannonballer. What happens first, the on-enter effect of the Frightwing, or it's whenever another non-dwarf creature enters play. So I guess it's an on-enter effect in a sense. I don't know which takes place. That would be interesting to know. Or maybe they both happen. Maybe the Frightwing comes in, puts the Cannonballer back in the hand, but then also dies. Anyway, back to old Greg's deck. If I were going to play anyone's, I guess I'd play his on the strength of the dragons and the pub crawler. And that's huge. Dragon Worshipper, he's going to get a chance to get that out for sure. I don't like the Undead Knights. I don't like any of the Dryads, although I understand why he played them with the Fruitful Branches. I don't know. I just have to see it in action, I guess. I don't like the Dragon Tooth here. Not enough dragon cards to make that worth playing. Rally's nice. I don't really like the Nuts and Bolts. Too random. I guess maybe you played it with the Perpetual Machine. I don't like this. I'd take it based on the strength of these 4 cards. That's going to win you a lot of games right there. But I'm only going to give it a B+. So I don't feel like anybody had a stellar deck. Man, I feel like mine was close. Those Fury Stokers. I should have played more spells probably. Nevertheless, we lost terribly. So there you have it. Thanks for watching, everybody.